Cheers.
Cheers. We're going for it today. That's a big margarita.
So you guys, the last time that we talked to you, it was Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, happy belated Cinco de Mayo.
Happy belated Cinco de Mayo.
We didn't think quick on that one.
Okay. So, well, we filmed on the 4th, but we posted it on Cinco de Mayo.
That's why.
And then we both taught that day.
That's
too.
right.
And I remember loving my playlist.
Same.
Did you love?
Yeah, it was really good.
So I think we're going to be posting our playlist to the Spin Cycles Instagram after this.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just so we can relive it because I'm really feeling it. So let's kick off with a fun story. So why are we drinking margaritas? We're not only drinking margaritas because the last time that we talked to you guys, it was Cinco de Mayo, but we just came back from a little lunch excursion.
We worked this morning and, we were getting stuff done at the studio. And as it goes, I was like, hey, I'm hungry. Let's go grab something to eat. So, and we knew we were coming back to film the podcast. So I was like, let's head towards my house. There's a really amazing Mexican restaurant in Edgewater, and it's called Senor Chili's. If you've never been there, I recommend it. I think it's one of the best in town for really authentic food. It really is good. So we have been there a couple times. So I said to Jacqueline, let's go get Mexican. And of course, we're like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So we get in the car and we head over that way, and I pull up, and I got there first, and I walked in, and there's like dark and empty, and the lady looks at me, and somehow or another I missed the sign on the door that said closed. So they had a kitchen fire apparently 3 or 4 days ago, and so they were closed for a couple of days. They're opening again tonight, but so I was so bummed. So I called you. And we had to make a quick decision. And there were other options, obviously, right around there, like burgers and things, but we've got something going on tonight. So we really had our hearts set on Mexican. So you want to?
So we get to this one place. Jen's like, oh, there's this one place right around the block, and we get to it, and we're sitting in our cars, and we're like, well, we're getting wings and burgers tonight. So maybe I'm like, yeah, I really want a Mexican. So we put the car back in drive, and we head to this place. I don't know.
I saw it. So I saw it. I don't know. I saw it as we were passing by on Route 2 on my left side. I saw it. I was like, oh, that looks like a new place. It's a Mexican restaurant. Yeah. But I didn't think much of it because I knew where I wanted to go. And
you can tell that it's new because they have this sign that just says now open.
Yeah, but it looks like it's converted Burger King or something.
I feel like it used to be a Mexican restaurant.
Well, it was, but then I think it was before that. It was like a fast food joint. But there's a lot of red flags. But,
lot of red flags.
Jacqueline even's like, I don't think you said these words, but I felt like I interpreted whatever you said was like, don't judge a book by its cover. How bad could it be or something like that?
Yes. Yes.
So.
Well, I also think, and I feel like I said this today, some of the best Mexican restaurants are literally like holes in the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, this place.
Because I did say it was kind of sketch. I was like, it's kind of sketchy.
But it was also beautiful. I commented on the tables, and the chairs. They were actually really pretty.
Yeah. She was trying real hard. She was trying real hard to find some glimmer of light in this place.
I thought it was pretty. There were bright colors everywhere. I was happy about it. And
it is a Mexican restaurant.
We are finally having our margarita now because we weren't able to have it then because they didn't have their liquor license yet. And we had the biggest bottle of Coke ever.
Yeah, they're like, we only have sodas. So they're like, well, and so I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, well, what do you want? And I'm like, and I look down, I'm like, well, there's Mexican Coke. That always sounds like kind of cool, right? But they didn't bring us just a little bottle of Coke. It was a ginormous bottle.
Ginormous. 500 milliliters of Coca-Cola and 53 grams of sugar later each.
So we're zinged up on that.
Yeah. And then Jen was also sketched out by the food. I'm like, I'm still going to get what I wanted to get.
Yeah,
you had your cheese quesadilla.
I went straight. Yeah, and I never get that. I never order that. But I was like, what is the plainest thing I can order?
I don't pouring salt on the chips. I'm like, are you 5 years old?
Yeah,
With your quesadilla
was
and
like,
your Coca-Cola is so funny.
The whole thing was weird. So therefore, we came back to my house and where we filmed this podcast, and I'm like, I've got tequila and I've got margarita mix. That's like, yeah,
and limes. She's got it all.
Yeah, this is exactly right here. It's good.
It really is great. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. So therefore, we're back here now, celebrating Cinco de Mayo, celebrating,
just celebrating in general. You know, I was driving away from that restaurant, and I feel like if that's the worst thing that we have going on right now, right?
Yeah. I mean, let's be real, right? Yeah. So this week's commissioning week in Annapolis. So most of the people who are listening, they know what it's all about. It's about the U.S. Naval Academy. They're graduating this week. So they've got there's a lot of people in town. It's really busy. Normally today, Wednesday, they have the Blue Angels fly over, but it's rainy. So I don't know if it was canceled or not, but I didn't hear any planes. So I'm guessing it was.
Yeah.
So we were going to go watch the Blue Angels. That was our plan originally for today. So that's why you have a babysitter and have some time off.
Yeah.
But oh well. And it's your anniversary.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It's a happy anniversary.
Thank you. 3 years. So fun fact for those of you that don't know, Jen did a reading at my wedding.
I did.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. Do you remember what the reading was?
No. I don't. I read it a lot though.
Did you?
I practiced it.
Did you really?
Yeah, on the way up to your wedding in the car. Mike probably was like, stop talking. Stop reading from the Bible.
Stop reading from the Bible. I remember choosing a reading for you to read that had something to do with being a God-fearing woman.
Oh.
Yeah. And it definitely had something to do with, I chose it because it had some sort of relation to having a community and almost like doing God's work through building a community.
Oh.
And I don't know if you picked up on that, but it was
Probably not.
it was appropriate. Let's just say
okay,
that.
Yeah. I mean, it did feel appropriate. I remember. That was a hot day that day.
95 degrees.
I mean, is it definitely not 95 today? So 95 degrees. It was so hot, but it was so funny. And I saw your reel with you in your wedding gown.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I actually went to see my mom on Mother's Day. So my parents live, I guess it really depends on traffic and stuff, but between an hour and a half away. So I don't get to see them that often. And when I went to see my mom on Mother's Day, I picked up my wedding dress. And my wedding dress still hasn't been cleaned or preserved. And I haven't worn it since the day. And
so dirty on the bottom.
I just figured yesterday would be a good time to just try it on. I sent John a picture. John was at work, so he didn't get to physically see me in it when I had it on. But I had some fun videotaping myself put it on. And then I actually went downstairs and I made Jackson lunch and I just kept it on because it, like I said, it hasn't been cleaned yet or anything. So
mine was cleaned and preserved and put in a box. It's in the closet. Like I have not looked at it since. It'd be interesting. I mean, I definitely could fit it. There's no doubt about that. I think I'm probably smaller than I was then, actually, but not by much.
Yeah.
I
feel like sometimes
I hate to mess it up though.
Sometimes you're worried about messing it up.
Yeah.
But I was not worried about messing up my dress. I was prancing around. I had so much fun. So yeah.
It was cute. It was a good idea.
So that's something that's happened since last time we talked is Mother's Day.
Yeah. Mother's Day was really fun. It was a beautiful day. I remember that. And Clayton, my son, Clayton came back from college that day. So he drove from Virginia Tech and he showed up right at dinner time. So Mike went and we got crabs and we sat outside and we were, my mom and dad were there and we had a really good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was really, really nice. So we just hung out and I was glad to have both the boys there. And so it was a nice day.
That's great.
Yeah. How about you? What'd you do?
I went and I saw my mom.
Right.
That was
In the morning.
I taught in the
Mhm.
morning, and then I went and saw my mom.
Same.
And then I think John and we just hung out. I feel like we ended up watching a movie or catching up on a TV show, but he went to Fresh Market and got me like
Dinner.
a steak and all that kind of stuff. And that was really nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
He got me a really nice jogging stroller.
Oh.
Yeah. So you guys probably don't know, but my husband does not buy anything new. Like it's all used.
Always?
So 95% of the
Oh.
time, yeah, he's always out for a bargain, which I was not always like that. And now, you know, he's really teaching me that there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not.
And apparently he had quite a time finding me a Bob stroller on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
He had like just quite a time. Apparently someone was trying to scam him.
Yeah,
And he like actually went to meet someone and it was something. But I got this nice Bob stroller out of it. I know.
Have you used it yet?
Yeah, once.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Now I need to find like a track to go and take Jackson.
Can you just go on to the there's like the B&A trail. That'd be really nice.
Yeah. I don't know if I've been on it.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, you should definitely try that. It's great.
Oh.
It's nice and flat, and it's like a whole paved trail all the way up, like goes all the way up to the airport. Actually,
Oh, really?
you would never go that far, but I mean, it's a long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The BWI airport?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's the Baltimore Annapolis trail, the B&A trail.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard some girls at Tribe talking about it.
Yeah, a lot of people run on it. People bike on it because it's
Okay.
just safer than being on the road.
Right. Because I have a little route that I do when I go for my runs, but it involves being right on the road.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel if I'm like running with a stroller.
Right.
I don't know if I love that idea. So, yeah.
I've been on that a couple times. It's fun. It's a great trail if you've ever been on. If you ever are you looking for a spot?
Yeah. I'm going to write it down, make sure I go. So before we move on, Mother's Day, Danielle, a client of ours, rode my class and she gave us a gift. And I've been waiting.
So it's funny.
give it
She
to
did
you.
come up to me and she's like, "Did Jacqueline give you anything?" And I'm like, "No." And she walked away. I was like,
told her I was gonna
"Okay."
give it to you on the podcast so we could see your initial reaction. And she actually wrote a little note. She's like, "Can I write a note?"
Oh,
Oh, happy Mother's Day. Boy moms rockin'. You two are the best. Love you, Danielle.
that's so nice.
You ready for it?
I'm ready. Oh my God. Oh my
So
God. I
cute,
love
right?
it.
So if you are just listening to us,
God, how cute
they're
is
called
that?
Mellow Martinis. And they're little scented candles. And she even made a comment. She's like, "I'm sorry that the olives aren't stuffed with blue cheese, but they are the cutest
Oh my
little
God.
candles
I gotta take it out of
ever."
this. It is
I have to-
adorable. Oh
It really
my
is.
God. I love it. God, that looks like a real martini.
I know.
It's cute glass.
so thoughtful.
And it's got these little green olives on the top.
Oh, wait, it smells good.
Oh my God, look at that.
I thought it was just like for show kind of thing, but it actually is like a
That is
really
so
nice smelling
cute. Where did
candle.
you get this?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
That is adorable. That is so nice. Thank you so much, Danielle.
Thank
I
you,
love it.
Danielle. I love it too. I have been itching to give that to you.
It is really funny. What a good idea. Because then you can
My
use
hair's
the glass after you burn the candle.
Yeah. How cute is that?
That's adorable. I got to find out where she got it. So we had was it last weekend already? That was Toby's ride.
Yeah.
So our newest instructor, Toby, started last Friday. Was it Friday night?
It was Friday
Yeah.
night.
So if you guys remember, there was a really bad thunderstorm that night. I mean, really bad in Baltimore for sure. I heard it was bad here as well, but I mean, bad enough that it like ripped the roof off of Merritt, the Merritt clubs
Yep.
over in Canton. But it was really bad, and we were all in the class. Toby's first ride, and you knew there was something going on when the alarms go off on people's phones.
So everybody's alarm starts going off. And the alarms on our phone, they go off for like certain reasons. Like I didn't know if it was like an Amber Alert or something. And I'm just thinking of that. I'm just thinking maybe it's a kid, maybe it's, a text letting us know what car to look for
Oh
kind of
yeah, I
thing.
knew it was weather because I knew weather was coming in because I said to Toby, I said, "Oh, this sounds like a storm's coming in." I'm like, I hope the lights don't go out. Ha ha ha, because it's never happened.
I was not made aware of this.
No.
I did not know. I did not know that a storm was coming in. I didn't even look
Yeah.
at the weather. So John was at a wedding. So this past weekend he was a groomsman in a wedding. So I had Jackson. So I was like trying to figure him out and all the things.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where my head was at. So that happens. And I'm riding next to Jen in class and she looks at me and she goes, "Hope it's not a tornado." And I'm like, that's terrible to say. Hope it's not. I just felt like she was just kidding, but you weren't kidding.
No, I was not kidding. I was
weren't kidding.
definitely not kidding. I assumed that's what that alarm was.
I thought that you were just being funny.
No, I was definitely not. And then and I was like, oh no, like these alarms are going off.
So
And then
I also do all the content for Tribe. So I'm not only riding Toby's ride to support her and be there for her, but I'm getting off my bike every so often to film
video.
content.
Mhm.
So I get off my bike and I am trying to get like an angle of like behind her on the bike with the view of the class. And I look down underneath my bike that was in the front row. And my first thought was, oh, shoot, like I didn't put the lid back on my Gatorade. Like I was drinking a Gatorade and I'm
Right.
like, oh no, the floor is going to be so sticky. And then I look up at the cup holder and that's not what it was. It wasn't my drink.
Yeah. Was
And
that
then-
before or after the lights did go out?
It was before.
Oh, it was before.
I think it was before, yes.
Oh.
And then I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. I mean, it was all happened so close, I think.
Yes. And I remember trying to like piece together what was happening. And then the one rider that was right next to the door that we have, like the one exit to the outside, she's like, it's coming in underneath the door.
Mm.
And the back door, is adjacent to the garage right there. So
Yeah.
like, where is all that water coming from? I mean,
Yeah.
it was coming in. It was like 5
I went out there and
feet.
looked after class. I looked to see exactly how that could have been. I mean, there must have been so much water. I think it was coming off the roof and straight down from those
Yeah,
apartments
that makes
above,
sense.
and somehow was just pouring
right.
down. But it was bad. The lights went out. I mean, I have to say, Toby handled it so well.
Yeah.
She really didn't let it bother her too bad. Like she picked up right where she left off. It was only out for a second.
Yep.
But I was about ready to open champagne and be like, congratulations. This was a great, like everybody just hang around. Let's just have a cocktail, like cheers. Good job. But it came back on and she just kept rolling. So, I give her a lot of credit. She did a great job. First rides are always nerve wracking and it's, a little crazy always. So, yeah,
It's definitely going to be a first ride that she will never
no,
forget.
I'll never forget either. Like,
right.
I've never had all the lights go out. I don't remember ever having the lights completely go out in the middle of class. There was a little bit of a fire one time. Remember that little like smoke, the
Was I there
subwoofer,
for that?
the subwoofer like started. I don't know if you were there.
I
It was
was
in
there
my
for
class
that.
though, but someone's like, the room is smelling like smoke. And I like started looking around like, what is this haze? And I noticed that there was like,
this haze?
it was like something was burning in the subwoofer of inside the studio, and so we like had to stop class and like get out and just like unplug everything. It wasn't that. I mean, it was not that bad, but it was enough to stop things from happening.
Yeah, it just goes to show that we don't have just like some unit or department or person that are gonna come and help us if something goes wrong. Like you're literally it.
Yeah, no, there's nobody. There's nobody.
Just all the different things that like a business owner has to work through.
Yeah,
just
it's
don't really
well, it's kind of
realize
like a homeowner, like if you,
Yeah.
there's always something that
Yep.
there's always something.
Yep.
So
I
if you
always
don't
think
own a
about
home-
that when like our washer and dryer go up. I'm like, wait, we're not renting anymore. I can't just call the landlord.
No. And even in my situation at Tribe, I really don't call the landlord. Like they don't do. I'm really responsible
Right,
for most of the stuff.
right.
So, but anyway, so she did great, and we also have two more instructors starting. We have Abby. She is on her honeymoon. She'll be starting at the very beginning of June. And then we have Stephanie Costello. She is our newest instructor. She's coming in at the end of June, more likely beginning of July. So keep your eyes out for her. She's going to be in Annapolis and Baltimore. So yeah, we're really excited about that.
So excited. Congratulations, Stephanie. I'm looking forward to seeing Abby too.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
They're great. So, what else happened? So we've had that on Friday, and then we had a week of just kind of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah. So on Saturday, I taught, and then I had that wedding, and then Sunday came back for the
charity ride. Yeah. We had our mental health awareness charity ride, which was really fun. We did something a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
If you weren't around or you didn't see on Instagram, but we had 6 instructors teaching for our mental health awareness ride. And we did like a round robin. Like we had one instructor on the podium for like 2 songs, and then then the next one came in.
Yep.
And they rode next to the podium. They hopped on. Then the next person came in the room, jumped on the bike next door to the podium, and then we just kind of went through the group of instructors. So it was really fun. I had a lot of feedback from clients that they loved it.
Good.
Yeah. So I thought it was a really good idea without taking up bikes,
right?
Because we didn't really want to have 6 bikes up, in the front or anything like that, which we've done before, and is also a great idea. But I felt like it worked out because we could keep as many people in that class as we could possibly.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. We sold out of all of our Pedal Kindness sweatshirts.
And hats.
So we actually just sold the last Be Nice hat today. And then did we bring up the water bottle?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Jen was going to bring this water bottle in. So if you saw on Instagram the shirts that we wore, which look like
I'm gonna grab it,
of our hoodies that we made, Jen had just cricketed each instructor the t-shirt, and she also made this water bottle, and I think that it is so cute.
So it's like this water bottle here, and I printed out on the Cricut the vinyl, like a permanent vinyl, and I told Mike to hold the water bottle, and I was going to stick the thing on, because it's once you stick it, you can't get it off. Like because it's the permanent vinyl, it's not removable. So I should never have given it to him. Not that it's his fault. This is not his fault. I'm definitely going to catch it if he hears this. It was my fault. I should have just slowed down, put it in my lap, and put it on properly. But I didn't. So this is what happened. And you may not be able to tell, or you might. It goes off to the right, down and to the right. So I was going to raffle this off, but I just was like, it is crooked, and I'm so mad.
I think it's great.
Like, oh no. So it's such a bummer for me. So I didn't bring it, and I did because I didn't raffle it off. But I mean, it's adorable in the sense of the thought, I suppose. But I'm like, no, I'm not. Who wants that?
I bet you there's someone out there that wants that.
Oh no. It makes me a little sad.
Here, give it to me. This is what we're gonna do.
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna put this.
You gonna say, who wants this crooked water bottle?
And I'm gonna say, who wants this? I'm putting it on Instagram right now. Who wants this?
It's gonna be funny when 0 people say me.
You think 0 people are gonna say me?
I mean, you got to make sure they know it's crooked. Like, when you took the picture, did you make sure it was clear that it's crooked? It really would have been a cute thing if it was straight, I thought, but I wasn't about to start handing out a raffle item. We'll see. She does that fast.
All right, I just put it up on I didn't tag. I need to tag some people. I put it up on my personal Instagram. It's also gonna go on Spin Cycles. This is funny. I'm telling you, a lot of people are gonna want it. We should bet how many people. Wait, not highlight. I need a tag.
I think that should, yeah,
Sorry.
we can
Sorry.
raffle. We'll raffle those people who say they want it.
Jen and Spin
Can
Cycle.
you add the tag after the fact?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going on all the places.
Well, the ride was fun and it was successful. We raised like what,
Yes,
$750.
ma'am.
So we're going to donate that to Shepherd Pratt, which is great. So thank you everybody for participating, for donating. That means a lot.
Yeah, it really does mean a lot. And mental health is something that we all have in common because everybody deals with some sort of,
Or they know somebody who's dealing with
or
it.
they know
Yeah,
somebody. Yeah. But I feel like everybody, like, you've got to get anxious from time to time.
for
Or
sure.
sad. I mean, I feel like there's
I
someone.
mean, that's part of life too. You have to recognize, there sometimes this, you can get sad, you can get upset, you can get anxious, you can get all these things. But I do think there are sometimes a degree of some mental health stuff that can be really severe. But I do think that, even from the slightest thing to the greatest, we can all recognize that it's important
Yeah,
to keep our mental health in check
absolutely.
because it can change the direction of your
Absolutely.
life.
Yeah, for sure. And there are people that have it very severe to the point where they need to be on some sort of medication, and then something might happen in
Mhm.
their life where all of a sudden they don't feel okay and they're not used to it.
Yeah.
And having something like this and having a place like Tribe, having that kind of outlet and community really helps people understand that it's okay not to be okay, and you don't need to be okay all the time.
No, and because nobody is.
No.
Really, I mean, let's just be real. I think with social media, it does give off the idea that some people are living in,
1000%.
la la land all the time, and it's just truly not the case. So, to keep it in check and know that you've got a family and friends and people to support you with no judgment is really important. And I do believe Tribe does offer that to a lot of people if you allow it and open yourself up to it. I know every instructor at Tribe is willing to sit down and listen or lend a hand or an ear if it's just that, on certain things. I have been really touched by a lot of people at Tribe, and they've come and disclosed some things to me, personally about their life and things, how Tribe has maybe changed or helped them through a really seriously dark time. And I can relate. So I get it. And, I'm glad we're here for it. And I will continue to, push on that campaign.
I got some good feedback about the sprint at the end of the mental health ride. So if you weren't there, and I still need to put together some of the content from the mental health ride, but we had all the instructors come in during the sprint. That was a really great idea, and I know that everyone really loved that energy and just how hype it was. Just all of us being in the room together. I'm so happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. It was a great day. So thank you again for participating and all of those donations.
Yeah.
They're going to a good thing.
Yeah.
So we don't have any other charity rides on the docket, but we have other fun rides coming up.
Yes, and we're talking about May. So June, of course, is Pride Month. So stay tuned for what's coming up in June. But we can't get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Here.
So I want to start by saying Friday night, Baltimore. It's my night at the movies ride. And I think everybody should come ride. It's going to be so fun. There's so many songs that it's actually very, very difficult for me to pick all the ones I want to use. So I'm working on my playlist currently, and I've just got too many songs, but I'm going to figure it out. So it's going to be so fun. And a couple things we're going to do. So I have a great snack for everybody. It's like we're in grade school. I got a snack, like a whole display snack for you. So when you ride, and then during class, I'm going to bring in. Everybody's going to get a little sheet of paper, and I want you to write down the movie that you think the song is from. So we're going to take all of those and the top, whoever's got the, perfect score, or if there's like multiple people who have like 10 out of the 15 songs correct, we're going to put them in a little raffle, and I'm going to give away a pair of movie tickets too. So that'll be fun. And it's just a fun, I'm think it's going to be a fun ride. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And then on the heels of that night, well, we're driving up in the U-Haul. So we're taking a U-Haul up on Friday night to Baltimore because we have to load all the bikes right after my ride. We're going to load all those bikes up into that U-Haul, which I personally just love to do.
She's being sarcastic, but I actually really love doing it. I think it's so much fun. Like whenever we do rides like this, it just makes me so happy, to the point where Jen's like really like, another one. Like, yes, we're gonna do it. We're gonna.
And I love the actual rides. It's the loading up.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what she means when she's like, oh,
the actual. I wish you could just like
sit back
hire
and
a group of people to do that.
You can just watch me wheel the bikes in.
Yeah,
I just like it. No, there's like I don't know. There's just some sort of like adrenaline that comes over me. I just get so excited. It just makes me so.
Oh, I get it. For the ride, I'm right there with you. I love it. The work prior, before and after is a real pain.
I love the work part. I think I'm just so task oriented. Like you tell me that you need X amount of bikes in a truck, and you also give me a time. Like they have to be oh my gosh, I'll never forget. Remember when we took the bikes over the Bay Bridge to Libby's?
Oh, I remember.
So we took these bikes over the Bay Bridge. This was actually the day before I found out I was pregnant. Yeah, this was the day before I found out.
Oh my God, was it really?
And yes, it definitely was. And literally the next morning, I found out I was pregnant. So I am hustling, and I say I like very lightly because there were also other folks there helping us. Like we had front desk
but we were
staff,
tight on time.
But we were so tight on time, and I was determined to get those bikes set where they need to set and have everything set up with enough time for us to sit back and be like, oh. We did it.
It was real tight, though. I remember being like, oh, God.
I was running.
Yeah, because we weren't expecting the way we had to get them in. Like, there was a little bit of a cobblestone situation with those bikes. It was like clunk, clunk, clunk.
That's right.
That was tough.
Yep.
But, you know, overall, I mean, the hardest part is getting them out of the studio, in the truck, out of the truck, back in the truck.
I just love a good challenge, especially if it's physical. And if you don't know, you don't know. Wheeling those bikes in.
I feel like every time I get real banged up. I don't think you're as banged up. I mean, I hit my head a couple times, remember?
Well, because I was about to be like, girl.
I feel like my bruises everywhere on my body. Like, it is something. I think I had a concussion one time.
That's it. So real quick, let's just like skirt. So with Jen and I's relationship is so interesting because she's not only 17 years older than me, and she is my best friend, but she's also my boss. And I also need to remember that I need to be respectful. And sometimes I like go to talk to you, like it's just like. And I need to like check myself, like, wait a minute, like, remember who you're talking to. Like, if I'm using like a slang, like, I remember one time.
Oh God, what are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say like girl, like, it wasn't gonna be like derogatory or anything like that, but I was just, if I was in a corporate setting, I would never like refer to my boss as like girl.
No. Yeah.
Or anything like that. But
that's
just a funny little tidbit of the dynamic that we're working.
But I'll never forget the day I literally
hit her head,
cracked my head so hard on
the U-Haul was so tiny.
I don't know what that.
I remember it was tiny because Jenny was helping us, right? Oh no, it was your sister. It was your sister. Yeah, because I remember coming out. I was like all happy. I like got the towels, and Becky's like, Jenny hit her head, and I was like, oh shit.
I was like seeing stars. I was like, I cracked it so hard. I remember being like, this is for the birds.
And then that makes me mad. That makes me want to be like, you sit in a chair, just watch me and I'll do it.
Yeah, you know it won't. So
no, never. But you probably get banged up because you're the expert at getting as many bikes into the U-Haul.
Yeah, well, it's like a challenge for me. Like, I really genuinely feel like
it's literally like a puzzle.
And it's because this is why, because I can put them all in and they fit. The last time we were at maybe Rock the Dock, I think my husband and my kids were helping, which I'm so thankful for. However, they just threw them in there so ramshackle that they did not fit. And
And let's explain it to everybody. So, because I'm sure some people are listening, like, how hard could it be? So Jen stays inside of the U-Haul,
just
and
sweating my ass off.
I'm the one that's like running back and forth, usually with another person, another front desk worker, and we're wheeling them up. Sometimes we're even carrying them into the U-Haul, depending on the dynamic of the bike. And Jen has to find out which level to put the handlebars at, how to make sure that the wheels on the bikes are set so that one can get as close to the next one as possible, and where the seat is. Like, it really is like you're
It's like a
playing
puzzle.
Tetris.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle. And I try to get them in there so tight because it's a 26-foot truck, but there's 35 bikes or so. And they literally barely fit, like to the end.
But the one guy that just came to service our bikes,
He did,
tell
yes.
you.
He gave me a little bit of a.
So I'm really excited to see. We'll test it out on Friday night.
I think it's just going to take longer to get out. Like, the way he wants us to put them in there, it's going to take longer to get them out. It's not going to be as quick of a.
Well, maybe we can try it out for like a row of bikes or something.
Yeah, I think it really will work.
Really,
and I want to say that I may have done this at the very beginning because I think I've been told this before, but it's just harder to manipulate the bikes because you have to actually lift them up and turn them around. So it's gonna be fun. We've got that Wayward Saturday morning, right? So that's what we're doing. We're gonna load those trucks up, and then early in the morning we're gonna take them over to Wayward.
Yep.
And that's why we're talking about the U-Haul.
Yeah, that's why we're talking about the U-Haul.
Yeah.
There's like some behind the scenes stuff that you guys are getting, and I know that everyone that's listening wants that.
Good.
I think I'm gonna videotape us putting it in the U-Haul too. It'll be fun.
Yeah, then you can do it on the fast forward. Like the time lapse. Yeah. It looks
Jen
so
loves
easy.
all the special effects. We're drinking champagne the other day, and she's like, "Oh, can you slow down the bubbles?"
Because it was sling.
Yes, I can. I can slow down the bubbles. But speaking of Wayward, one bike actually opened up in the 10:30 a.m. ride. So that's the beauty of being on the wait list, or really the beauty of things just coming up in people's schedules. So if you wanted to ride Wayward, there's one bike open. Hopefully it'll be full by the time that we post this podcast, but we'll see.
Oh, it will be, yeah.
It'll be great.
So that's Saturday.
Say something else.
And then it's Memorial Day weekend, y'all.
Oh yeah, are we
Going right into it.
Talking about what we're bringing to Wayward? We're making something special, right?
All right, so we saw this really cute thing on Instagram, and we're gonna make them for everybody. So we got all these scarves, and we're gonna cut them and make bracelets out of them. So we got these little charms. They're little hats, little cowboys, or cowboy hats and boots, and little horses. And we've got letters, and we've got some more beads coming in. We're gonna make these little bracelets out of the scarves. So we're gonna give everybody one of those for our ride.
They're so cute.
We were going to make them today, but the one bead isn't here yet.
So it's been 13 minutes since I posted about the pedal kindness tumbler.
Oh no.
And 6 people have said that they still want it even though it's crooked. And they all ride at Tribe.
Oh, all right.
So
one of those people are going to be very lucky.
And no one said no, just so you're aware.
Really?
Yeah, I even got a DM with "Oh my God, me" in all caps.
Let me see.
It's from Mackenzie.
Oh. That's so funny.
So I told you.
Yeah. I was ready to throw it away.
I'm so glad that you didn't, because it actually is really cute, Jen. John will just be really mad at me if I bring another. Look at the teal, Jen.
I know, right?
Oh my God, I got.
So we got the black,
what,
the white, and the teal.
Hold on, can I wrap these around my neck?
You can.
Would that look stupid? Like if I wore all black and then I had like a teal bandana around my neck? How many bandanas can't come in one thing?
I think 10. So what else? And then June, we've got some other rides coming in, right? Rock the Dock is coming. Just everybody should know that. If you don't, we already did pre-order in May for that,
Yeah.
and they are both sold out.
Yes.
So, it doesn't hurt if you want to get on the wait list though, because like I said, this is far out. People do, things happen and things come up. So if you want to, let us know and we can get you on the wait list. So you and Jeff are teaching those.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Rock the Duck is really one of my most favorite rides of the year. I love it down there.
I live for Rock the Duck.
Yeah. I think a lot of people love it. It's just going to be, I hope it's a great sunny day and evening. It's beautiful out there when it's like that. So it's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. No,
so keep your eyes open for that coming up on the schedule very soon.
And then tonight we have our trivia night.
Yeah.
So last week, Jen and I went to Heroes Pub here in Annapolis.
Well, I'd sent out a message to all the instructors 2 or 3 weeks ago asking if anybody would be interested in maybe doing trivia night because it sounds like fun to me. So and everybody was like, yeah, like when is it? I'm like, well, it's Wednesdays at Heroes. And then we kind of just forgot about it. And then last week, you and I must have been doing something together and we decided to go. And with my kids went with me. And
I think it
came
just came
along
up in conversation, and then it dawned on me that it was Wednesday night.
Were you teaching or something?
I'm not too sure. I wasn't teaching that Wednesday night, no. But I think you had made mention that you just wanted to
go give it check it out, see what it was about.
Yes,
oh yeah,
yes.
That's right. We were going to just see if it was if it made sense for us all to go as a group.
And it was so much fun.
So much fun. We had a great time.
We really did.
We had a fun time.
Yep.
We were not very good. At least I was terrible. I was probably the worst out of the bunch.
Still fun in its own right, even though we didn't know a lot of things. It really was still a good time. But I will say that the whole time, Jen's husband was visiting his friend and John was home with Jackson, and the whole time Jen's like, Mike would know this, or I was like, John would know this, and she would call him and I would call John. So tonight, John and Mike.
That's his name. Yep.
John. Well, I get John. Sometimes I call John, Jen, John. The two people that I talk to the most have very similar names. But
they're both going to be there tonight.
Be here tonight, so I'm excited for that.
What I noticed is other teams had a lot of people on their team, so I feel like the more brains in the group, the better off. So we've got John and Mike coming with us tonight, and then Nathan and Clayton, my kids, who are surprisingly good at this. I was shocked. They know a lot of mainstream new stuff.
Well, all that stuff is still fresh in their heads.
Yeah, coming right off school.
The geology or geography.
Well, even some Greek stuff Clayton knew.
Oh, that mythology is a nice class to take in college. I think that was a lot of fun.
So they knew a lot. So they contributed really a lot. So in combination, I think Clayton might have a friend of his come join us as well. So we're gonna have a good group that I think we're going to have fun. So I'm really looking forward to it again for the second day. I think it's great. I mean, if anybody's around ever, you got to come out on a Wednesday night. Let us know if you're going.
Yeah.
We'll go because I love it. I just think it's a fun thing to do. It's 7:45 at Heroes Pub. And we were out of there by 10?
I feel like I
9:30 or 10.
10:30.
Yeah. It was, they were so nice over there too.
Let us set up our podcast there.
Oh my God, that'd be fun.
Fun, right?
Yeah. Be loud though. You mean during trivia?
No, maybe before.
Oh yeah, just to have a little.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be fun. We can try. We can ask them. So,
so this weekend, after Wayward and after we teach on Sunday, we have the AMAs coming up.
I know.
You guys,
hold on.
Should we do an AMA ride?
Probably. That might not, or at least give it a little nod to who's performing on the AMAs.
Let's find out.
That's so scary. So wait a minute. So who was on the AMAs last year?
Oh gosh, I couldn't tell you.
I can't remember what happened last year because it's getting mixed up with the American MTV.
Oh, Benson Boone, Blake Shelton, Gloria Estefan, Gwen Stefani, Lainey Wilson, and Renee Rapp.
Oh, all good.
according to a press release from American Music Awards. Additionally, Jennifer Lopez will be hosting the show and performing as well, and Janet Jackson, who was receiving
Wow.
the Icon Award, will also take the stage. Wow.
So we got to add some of these artists in our playlist on Sunday. You've heard some rumors.
You guys, something's happening. Something is happening.
I have a
on
guess.
Sunday.
I have a guess.
Let's hear it.
I think Taylor Swift's engaged.
You think Taylor Swift is engaged?
Yeah. That's my guess.
She's nominated for something.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, let's see.
Oh. I just thought maybe if she's going to come on there and there's some, like she's dropping little hints of something, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if she was engaged.
So Travis isn't retiring yet.
So what's that have to do with it?
I don't know. I just imagine him like hanging it up, and then
Really?
yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Google isn't giving me what I want. What is Taylor Swift nominated for 2025 AMAs?
So you think there's something else happening with Taylor Swift?
She's nominated for, yes, her being married is the last thing on anyone's mind.
No, not being married, just getting engaged.
That's what I mean.
She might be wearing a ring.
Or she might be wearing his initial on her upper thigh again, which would be great.
No, she will not do that. That's old news.
I'm starting to feel this margarita. It's like going to my head. So she's nominated for 6 AMAs: Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, Collaboration of the Year, Favorite Touring Artist.
Well, there you go. She won that. There's no doubt. Duh.
Favorite Female Pop Artist, and Favorite Pop Album.
Oh God.
I think we should watch the AMAs while the podcast is just going.
Yeah.
We just like pull TV up and we're just watching it.
We can be like commentators. We can do the red carpet. That would be fun.
I would die.
We could be like we're on E! News. We can give our 2 cents.
It'd be really fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. Like on all the outfits.
Yeah, we can do that too.
That was my idea.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying, yeah, we can do that too. What I really want to do is I just want to wait for Taylor
All right, so
Swift
she's making her prediction. She thinks there's going to be what? A new album?
So I was actually saying this to my class last night in Baltimore. I was like, I really hope that it's not Rep TV yet, because we all know that Rep TV is coming out. And I could just feel that everyone in that room disagreed with me. Like everybody wants Rep TV. And I was like, you all are disagreeing with me. And everyone just starts busting.
So you think it's a new album or a new tour?
I hope it's a new album. She's not going to go on tour until she announces her new album.
The new album, sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. So maybe it is. Yeah. It'll be fun. New album. New music.
I think it's TS12. Her 12th album.
It's called TS12?
I don't know. It's just a guess. Because at the end of the tour, it's like, see you next era.
Well, yeah, that makes sense for any situation.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many like conspiracies and things that she's said and done that, you know, it could be anything. But I have a really good feeling. You already have seen the whole thing with her website, right?
No. Of course I have not.
So on her website, on like the clothing part,
Yeah.
everything has been reorganized to spell out AMAs.
No.
And everything is 26% off, and the AMAs are on the 26th.
Okay.
She knows that she is going to win one of those awards.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, we know that.
And what has happened in the past when she accepts an award? She announces something. I am freaking out. I am just freaking out at the thought that she is going to show up to the AMAs, because the last time that she showed up, well, there's been a few times since then, but I will never forget when she arrived in that dress, that white dress, white strapless dress in the black heels with the black gloves. And I was like, okay, all right. And looking back on it,
Now it's like, yeah, that totally makes sense, doesn't it?
God.
Yeah.
If she's showing up in like an orange dress,
whatever she
and
shows up in.
announces some Karma album.
Did she announce the album that night with the white dress?
When she accepted an award?
Yeah.
She was like, and she's like, to thank the fans, my album Tortured Poets Department is coming out April 19th. Because remember, I texted you right away, and I was like, April 19th is a Friday, and I want that.
I'm teaching on that day. Yeah. So yeah. Whatever she's wearing will have to do with the, if she does announce that. There's no doubt.
Yeah, and there's conspiracies out there about like some sort of orange situation.
Really? Orange?
Orange. If she shows up and she's wearing even the slightest bit of orange, I'm going to freak out.
Oh, she totally will be. What's
Unless
orange? What's the orange have to do with whatever? Do we have the...
So in the Eras Tour, there is this house, and the house has all the different colors of the eras, except for this one square in it is this orange square, but that doesn't correlate to any kind of era. And it's the 12th.
Oh, well, okay. So, I mean, it seems pretty
and
obvious,
everyone
right?
Thinks that there's this era out there that that has been a thing. She just hasn't released it because of, for whatever reason. And it's called Karma.
It's called Karma?
That's what people think.
Didn't she do Karma?
Well, it's Taylor Swift, so she sings a lot about karma.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there was her Karma song was in the Midnight's album, and then she also talks about karma quite a bit in Reputation.
Okay.
So, but I will say, and I don't know if this, The Handmaid's Tale, I asked you about that before we started.
Yeah.
So, Look What You Made Me Do, Taylor's version came out with The Handmaid's Tale, the newest thing of The Handmaid's Tale. What are you Googling? Karma?
The color of karma
is orange.
Well, it's saffron and yellow. So it is.
Saffron is orange, right?
Well, saffron's more yellowy, but it's like a...
Let me see it.
Hold on. Yeah, it is all over the internet, isn't it? It's like a orangey yellow, I would guess.
If you're watching this, you...
who knew?
What do you mean who knew? We all knew.
I didn't.
Well, now you know, Jem. That's why you keep me around to keep you updated on all the tea swizzle.
I'm just not on the internet enough, I guess. We better hurry up and buy some orange hats and orange shirts and orange things, because everything's going to be orange if that's the case, right? Like, you got to quick.
Well, what's saffron, though? Like, is it a certain
saffron
shade?
Is more yellowy.
Is it a certain shade of orange?
Yeah, it's a spice. That's why you keep me around.
What? For like Google purposes?
To show you, to explain things.
We just know that like the two Taylor's versions are still going to come out, like her original one and Reputation, like that's still coming out. But I would just love for like some new music before then, even.
Well, of course there will be, because she can't not. She's kind of like,
oh, I know. It's like me riding a bike.
Mm-hmm. This is a good margarita.
Oh my God, it's so good, Jen. I don't know what that mix is. I've never seen it before.
I know it's some special organic mix.
Of course it is.
I don't know. I saw it at like Whole Foods or Fresh Market.
Oh, really?
I was like, that looks good.
It really is good.
I know, it's a good mix.
Jen doesn't like anything diet or fat-free.
No.
Or light.
No. I bought these Triscuits the other day, and I got home and I'm like, they're reduced fat.
They were reduced fat Triscuits.
I had to take them back.
And I get in her car and I'm like, why do you have reduced fat Triscuits in here? And
like,
she's like, I have to return them. I didn't know they were. I was like, what?
I am not into the reduced fat stuff. You know why? Because somebody was one time telling me a story.
Tell them the real reason. Tell them the real reason.
Why? What is it? I don't know.
It makes you poop, right?
Oh, well, no, it doesn't. It didn't make me poop. But somebody was telling me a story about the chips. They were eating some chips. They ate all these chips that were like some kind of reduced fat, and it gave them like they had a stomach issue. Remember, it was like that lean or something. Poop. Yeah, they shit their pants. And I'm not into that. No, thank you. I like full on sugar, full on fat.
Well, you had 53 grams of it today.
Yes, I did. And guess what? I want to have some more from these right here.
Hold on. Let me have some. Okay, you guys. I thought that these were chocolate covered espresso beans. They're not.
Oh my God.
They're actually my
they're actually
worst
for Mother's Day.
nightmare. They're black jelly beans. Who eats black jelly beans?
It's
Jen
like
does.
licorice.
Uh,
I love black jelly beans. I like licorice. I'm a big fan.
it
It's
does
supposed,
taste like a Mike and Ike.
yeah, it's licorice. Are good. They're supposed to be really, licorice is supposed to be really medicinal for like stomach issues. So I could go eat those Triscuits and eat some jelly beans too. Then I'll be fine. I don't know. You don't like them? She don't like them. I think they're good. Don't go giving me all kinds of liquor shit. I don't need it. Because I have a giant bag of black jelly beans that last me the rest of my life. That was a Mother's Day present.
They taste like nostalgic to me.
Yeah, me too. That's why I probably like
Like
them.
it almost tastes like something that I had at my grandparents' house
Yeah.
at one point. That's probably when I discovered I didn't like them.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that our taste buds change over time.
Mm-hmm. They
And
definitely
they're
do.
not as terrible as I remember, but I'm definitely not going to the store like, let me eat some black
You
jelly
might-
beans.
When you're 53, you might say, hey, I could eat some black jelly beans. I really like them. My mom loves black licorice as well. So she must have had them as I was growing up all the time. I don't remember personally liking them growing up. I was definitely more of a fruity flavor kid.
Why would you eat black licorice if you could have a Twizzler?
Right. Well, black jelly beans never, like, especially jelly beans, they were never like all by themselves. They were in a group of multicolors. So I'd
Right.
always pick the colors.
Mm.
As far as licorice came, like, I liked black licorice because I don't even know if that red licorice was really out when I was younger. I don't remember it came out, but I was never a big, huge fan of red licorice.
Let's find out when Twizzlers came out. Twizzlers were introduced November 20th, 1929.
Red, not
No.
red. No, it was definitely black because licorice has been around forever. Hey, Siri,
It was, so hold on.
what year did red
In the
licorice come out?
mid 1970s, the company began to expand its flavors to include popular options such as strawberry, grape, and cherry. Wow. Twizzlers is one of the oldest confectionery firms in the United States. The two oldest candy types are licorice and ginger. Oh my God, speaking of ginger,
I have ginger candies downstairs.
have you ever had
I don't like
chocolate
ginger, though.
covered ginger?
I have. I've had a lot of that raw ginger stuff. And I don't love it. I have to say, like even like ginger beer, I'm not a huge fan of ginger beer.
I like ginger beer. I like a Moscow Mule.
I mean, I'll drink it. I'll drink a Moscow
good.
Mule. I'm not
It's
going to
good.
like say no. However, I'm not going to like, we have it here like just to drink. Like Michael just drink it like a soda.
Does he have a stomach ache?
No, not that I know of, but he could eat some of these black jelly beans and that would suffice. So I don't know. I'm just,
I was getting my hair done and Katie had chocolate covered ginger and it was really good. It was like wild because usually ginger like cleans your palate before
Yeah.
sushi, right?
well, that's a different kind of ginger. I mean, it's still ginger. That's like,
But this tasted like that kind of ginger.
yeah, I
It was
mean, I
just
guess it
covered in
is,
chocolate.
but yours probably had more sugar on it, right? Like, is it sugar coated ginger, like
it was
gummy?
covered in chocolate.
But it was more like a gummy, right?
No,
It
it
wasn't.
was like hard. Well, I think we just about covered it. What do you think?
I think so. It's almost time to go to trivia.
It is.
What time is it? Yeah, it's 4:30.
I like it.
Yeah, this will be fun. So Monday night,
Monday night.
we got a watch party.
Yep. But for now, we've got trivia.
Coming in hot.
We got to go study up. We got to look at a bunch of celebrities when they were kids.
Yeah. I mean, not even sure how to study for it, but I feel like we need to. I would like to study.
What do we start looking at?
We need to come up with a good name.
Oh, yeah. What were we the last time?
I can't
The-
even.
Brain farts. Brain farts. Oh, I kind of like it. It's cute. Brain farts was our name.
Guess who came up with that name?
Not me.
No.
No, obviously a boy.
Yeah. Duh. Oh, well.
All right, you guys, we're out. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And that's a wrap on this week's episode of The Spin Cycle. We'll be back next Monday with a brand new episode.
Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow the show on all social media at Spin Cycle Pod. Thank you guys again for tuning in.